And when we know that this reduces deaths, it reduces crashes, we need to use these tools where they're needed the most.
754 people died on Colorado roadways last year, the most in 41 years. Speed played a major role in that number.
Speed kills. Speed kills. People die more on roads where people drive faster.
Colorado already allows cities to operate photo speed enforcement, those vans you see on the side of the road that snap photos of speeders and mail out tickets.
We have a lot of evidence that shows traffic enforcement like this increases compliance, and we've seen road deaths increase dramatically over the last couple of years.
Democratic State Senator Faith Winter wants to expand where those cameras can be and make them work more like red light cameras.
The amount that you can assess for fees on this is capped at a very reasonable rate of $40.
Right now, these photo enforcement operations are only allowed in residential areas and near schools and parks. Winter's bill would allow them to operate anywhere 24/7. And says these vans can operate without an officer present.
So this bill would allow automated enforcement to occur 24/7 without monitoring by a person, and it would allow it to be used on larger roads, so arterials and large roads like Federal Boulevard, for example.
Aishwarya Krishnamurthy is with Bicycle Colorado, the main group lobbying for this change.
And automated enforcement is a more equitable way to encourage the change in driving behavior to decrease speeding.
There are plenty of caveats. A city would have to give 30 days notice before they install a speed camera, and they would have to issue only warnings for the first 30 days of the camera being there.
In the end, we would like this to not exist anymore because people have changed behavior.
So this new law would also change the amount of time the city has to notify you about that photo ticket from 90 days to 30 days if your vehicle's registered here in Colorado. And if you don't pay the photo radar citation, the DMV could stop you from re-registering your plates or transferring your title until you pay those fees. The bill was just introduced in the state Senate this week. Lots more to go, lots more room to roam. And as you imagine, there are going to be a lot of people opposed to this.
That's what I was wondering.
Who think that speed cameras and red light cameras are used for revenue. The sponsors of this bill say the goal here isn't revenue, it's changing behaviors, and sometimes you got to tie a little bit of cash to try to change your behavior.
It's always exciting waiting for the lottery numbers to come out, and then that occasional letter in the mail.
Yeah, when you open it up and say, oh,
there I am doing 38 and a 30.
I just got one of those a couple of weeks ago.
How was your picture?
You know what? I looked pretty distracted in the photo. Like I didn't know what I was. I didn't know that I was speeding. My eyes were on the road, but they apparently were not on the speed limit sign in that area. But you know, the goal here, and some of the critics I've talked to about this say, is they want to make sure that there are guardrails here, so that these aren't unreasonable places where these things are, where roads are designed to go a lot faster, but a speed limit might be slower than the road is designed for, and it could be potential.
Then isn't that the problem? Not where they put the van, that the speed limit and the road are not built for the same speed?
Faith Winter has talked a little bit about, in Westminster they did this. They used a lot of the revenue from these tickets when she was on city council to go into a road safety fund and look at potential redesigns of roadways where maybe the road is designed to make it go a lot faster. I can tell you I was on Spear. Spear's 4 lanes wide where I was. Speed limit's 30 miles an hour. I think I was doing 45 when I got off the highway. There was no traffic around, and that's what that ticket said. And I thought about it later. Not saying it's not my fault. It is my fault for not looking at it, but
it didn't feel like you were going excessively fast.
You felt comfortable in the speed on the road. And some of the roads feel that way now, especially now the way cars are, the way roads are. Things are changing.
You hear from traffic engineers all the time. The key is to design roadways that aren't comfortable to speed on.
Right.
That's the best way to get people to stop speeding.
Either way, you got a photo, and I'm sure your wife was speeding.
She got the mail, so I think I'll be hearing about that for a while.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I'm sure you look great. Thanks.
I looked fantastic.
Thanks, Steve.